All right, it looks like we're live right now. We're going to make sure everything's going all right before we kind of get started here. Let's see here. Give me just a second here and we'll get started with what we're doing. Got to see if I can somehow pull up where I'm going to be seeing your guys' messages because it's a little bit different. We're working on Google Hangouts on air, and this is what I used to always go to, but we're going to try this instead. I've got a couple other things I need to test before I really get started here, so give me just a second, guys. Let me see if I can pull up on my phone maybe quicker. It's not one to update on here. Okay. So we're about to kind of get started here. Let's check it out. Okay. So we're about to kind of get started here. Okay. It looks like we're ready to go. All right, so thank you guys for jumping in here tonight and watching this live stream. It's going to be a good one. We're going to be talking about 5 tips to get recruited. Hopefully that's the, I know I scheduled it as a different title, but I kind of changed it here at the last second to 5 tips to get recruited. So we are going to kind of get started here. I'm going to try to figure out how I may have to, I don't know how I'm going to do this. This is crazy. Okay. Give me just a second and figure this out. Okay, here it is. The current live stream. All right. Now I should be able to see these chats. Let me mute myself. There we go. Okay. Where's the chat? There we go. Okay. TAF3K. I did see your post on Instagram. I just haven't opened that up yet, so I have seen it. Let's do this right here. For, if you don't have Huddle right now, you don't have Huddle. We'll explain what Huddle is if you don't know what it is. But the poll question is, what motivates you to play football at the next level? If you don't have a Huddle account, the alternative one is just to send your Huddle highlights. You don't have Huddle, answer the poll question, what motivates you to play football at the next level? Both will get you entered in for the giveaway tonight. That way, I'm at some point during tonight's live stream, as long as everything is going well, I think this is going to be, yes, you can send a friend's Huddle. I'll review anybody's kind of stuff. So send whoever you want. If you have a friend's Huddle account, I'll check out theirs. Like I said, I've got to make sure Huddle's going to work on here because I've got to. And if we don't get too many people, I'll show some stuff. I just got to see what all I have still. I'm kind of in between schools right here, so I kind of have access to 2 accounts. We'll see if one school's paid their bill yet. So at one point, I wasn't able to access it, and I was trying to. Let's see. Subscriptions expires in 2 days. Oh, boy. That's not good. They better get to paying there. All right. Awesome. So I wanted to show you guys a clip or a set of games from a couple of years back when I was coaching, but I'll kind of save that for later. Anyway. Okay. So I want to go ahead and get started. I want to go ahead and talk through however you need to send, first of all, however you need to send the Huddle highlights to me. if you need to, link it, if you're on a computer right now, if you can go to huddle.com and figure out how to get on there and link their highlights to me, and just kind of post them in the chat, I can view them from there. If you want to link it to me on Instagram, you can direct message me on there. Just make sure I'm Mr. Football Coach on Instagram if you need to reach out. We got 4 viewers in here. Thank you guys so much. I encourage you guys to stay around because I'm about to get into some of the topics for this live stream, and kind of what everybody's here for is to learn about the recruitment process. I've set up sort of, and I've got my handy clipboard here of our things you should see in the review videos that I do. I need to get on doing some review videos. I've got some stuff to review now. There will be a video coming out tomorrow, and then possibly Monday. Tomorrow and Monday will both be really good videos. So I would highly encourage you guys to check those out. I know some of you guys that have been on here have been following me all summer, so you guys know what's about to happen. There's the top picks for a tight budget video and a face mask series video coming out. Anyway, let's get into the meat of this conversation. We're talking about on this live stream, we're talking 5 tips to be recruited. And so I've come up with 5 things, just, and these all don't have to be in any kind of order of importance. I just listed off 5 tips to kind of do this. Okay, so I just wrote these down the way I thought of them. I kind of just thought of my recruitment process, and I just went through everything. So the first tip to being recruited is, first of all, is you have to take the ACT or SAT test. Depending on what school you want to go to, some may offer either score that you get. If you don't know what the ACT is, it is a standardized test score that you usually take whenever you are in the 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. It is a high school college entry exam, as well as the SAT. Some schools want SAT, some schools want SAT. So it kind of, it just depends on where you go. I took the SAT once, and I took the ACT multiple times. So most of my stuff went from taking the ACT test. Now, depending on what you score, you can score your highest score can be a 36, and if you score 36, you can probably go to Harvard. Like that's just the reality of it. Like, you can get in to a pretty prestigious school if you want to go there. I don't know about Harvard, but really you can get a lot of scholarship money just from academic side for having a high, academic score from the ACT. Anything kind of lower than an 18 or below is kind of pushing it on what kind of money you could receive. But that's just really looking at the academics. You've got to take academics first. If you're planning on playing football in college, you are a student athlete. And most of you guys that are out there right now watching this video are student athletes. You're trying to, at the same time, you're a student first, but you're an athlete. How I always see it is like, you're an athlete. You're really a student first. And then your extracurricular activities that you play, you're an athlete. And so you always have to get the grades. If you don't have, sometimes I know a lot of schools are different. You have to have a 2.0 to play. A lot of colleges, they have very strict rules on how you've performed in high school. They go back and look at all that. So everything from basically your 9th grade year, when you enter high school as a freshman, matters all the way until the very last class you take. All those grades matter. There's no such thing, honestly, as like a blow-off class. You've got to make every effort to score A's and B's to help your GPA at all costs to enter college. So my kind of point to taking the ACT and SAT tests is kind of our first point, but you've got to get the grades. You have to be, and I say this in sort of like a sports fundamental, like you have to be, that's your basics. Like, it's your fundamentals of your learning. Like, you have to have the grades in order to go to college. That's just all there is to it. A school like, I'm just trying to think of, it'll come to me later, like Stanford. All right, Stanford has a very good football program, and you couldn't go to, like, if you didn't make the right ACT, SAT scores, I don't know what I wouldn't know, but I know that, like, that school is a prestigious school, and kids just don't go there You've got to have the grades to even have a chance to even play football there. That's just all there is to it. My second point, and I will come back to, all these things and kind of elaborate more. If you guys have any questions through any of this, feel free. I will answer questions. Make sure you answer the poll question. There are 2 poll questions tonight. The first one is, what motivates you to play football at the next level? If you don't want to answer that, there will be a section here in this live stream where we will view a couple of your guys' Huddle highlights, and I'll kind of review and talk through you guys, just kind of maybe what you need to work on. If you want to send me a game or any kind of highlights that you've tagged, even on Max Preps, if you've got things tagged on Max Preps, I can go on there and look. I can look up everything. So just kind of let me know what you're thinking. I know I've got one person that I'm going to go look at their highlights that they mentioned to me, so we'll do that. Second point is you need to find schools, colleges, community colleges, all the different types of colleges. You need to figure out where you want to go. You need to find out what's most practical to you, and what do you want to go study. The honest thing is, do not try to go somewhere just for football. Like, go somewhere that has what you want to be later in life, because I'm going to tell you, football is not forever. It ended for me when I was almost 20 years old. Like, that was it. And there was no more football since, and I've since become a coach, and I now do football every day. But I wanted to go to school to be a teacher and be a coach, and that's what I did. And I did football on the side. And whenever the day I was just decided not to play anymore, that's what I did. But go somewhere that you want to later use your education that you got at that school to pursue a job in order to make a life. Like, don't just go because you want to go to this school that goes to the national championship every year. And I will say that we're not just talking about Alabama or, Ohio State or something. We're talking about smaller schools that would go, I went to I'll just give you my experience. Like, I went to a college that the year before I transferred in, or I not transferred in, but when I was a freshman, the previous year, they had their best season in a long time. They went to the second round, and this is a Division II school I went to. They went to the NCAA second round. They lost to North Alabama, and North Alabama is basically what Alabama is in D2. So North Alabama, and you can just imagine, like, some guys that don't cut it at Alabama, they were going to North Alabama, and they were going to win national championships. Like, the year that I played, a team that we played, like, out of Alabama went to, like, the national championship and lost. And we only lost to them by 4 points, which was crazy. And it was a wild game. But anyway, the point is, don't go to a college just because they're successful at football. Go to the school that has what you want to be. Now, if you're a 5-4, 3, 2-star recruit and you have the option to, like, go walk on somewhere, and we'll kind of get into maybe what that's all about, because I was a walk on. I didn't get a college scholarship, and that's probably what a lot of people might be surprised by my story, is, like, I was a walk on. And a lot of guys walk on. That's just the ultimate truth about it. And a lot of guys don't make it. So the third point that I have, and I will go back through and read some of these, is put your name out there. My third point is put your name out there. And kind of doing that, the things that you have to do to kind of put your name out there. You can't just call up college coaches to be like, hey, I'm so-and-so, I play at this high school or whatever, I run a 4.40 or whatever. Like, coaches want to see it on the field. And the only way that you can kind of do that and get noticed is going to camps. And so I've heard a lot of success stories out of kids going to football camps and getting noticed by places and, being recruited, essentially. There was a guy I went to high school with. He had a very great junior year. He got invited to a combine, and he kind of showed out. And then by the end of his senior year, he had a full ride scholarship. I don't know if necessarily it was a full ride scholarship, but he was offered a scholarship and ended up didn't go to that school. But that's just another failed success story that could have been. But anyway, because he went to this camp and performed there. Now, I went to one camp. I went to a Nike Spark combine. It was a regional combine. I went there and competed against about 50 guys, and I don't remember how well I did, but I got an award for having great academics. I didn't, perform that well in the field, but I was slow. I was a slow lineman. I wasn't going to run no blazing 40 and impress anybody. And it was more of a combine just to get your stats and your numbers out there to coaches. And I was actually recruited to some extent. I didn't receive any scholarship offers or anything, but I was offered to walk on at several places. And I'd say that's, I had coaches call me and say, hey, you come walk on. We want you here. And that's just kind of how my story went. Now, I've had kids that I've coached. We sent them off to camps. And I know as of the last school that I went to, there are at least 2 kids that are on that campus that could be at least Division II material. Like, because we just sent them down to a camp and said, these are guys we think they might be something. And I'm coaching a kid right now that might have a chance to go play somewhere. Like, that's just the ultimate reality of it, is like a lot of kids have these opportunities, but sometimes have to be pushed to just a little bit higher of a level. And going to these camps, and I can kind of talk later on about where you can find these camps. And I've kind of told you guys that before, but those camps are like, it can be like an overnight camp. It can be, like a day combine camp, like the thing I went to. It was a very great experience. I got to go up against some competition. You just kind of have to get your name out there. And I'm kind of working on, maybe figuring out, other ways guys can get recruited. Like, this is one thing I am going to say. Do not go to those recruiting websites and pay money. Like, you can go on those recruiting websites and set up that free profile, but don't do anything more than that. Do not pay money. If you are having to pay money to have someone push out your highlights just a little bit further, like, you shouldn't have to pay for that. Now, this is what I'm going to kind of go into my next point, is your coaches, the people that coach you, your head coach, your assistant coach, the guys that coach you need to know that you want to go to the next level. Because I've had kids walk up to me and say, Coach, I want to go to the next level, and it was too late for me to do anything. Like, yeah, I can't help them at that point. So you have to decide for yourself if this is something for you. Now, I can actually tell y'all plenty of stories, what I've heard, what I've seen, and college football is not for everybody. Like, the thing that they tell you when you first start getting recruited is you're going up against grown men. And you're going up against guys. I played against guys that were 24 and 25, and there was a 26-year-old guy on my team that was like a redshirt junior. Like, you're going up against like people that are more physically mature than you than being an 18-year-old fresh out of high school. Like, there is a huge, the speed difference is so fast. And even going from like the level that I played at in high school just to that level, like, it was incredibly fast, and it's scary fast. Like, I was not prepared. I'll be honest. Like, I was not prepared for the physical toll that college football puts on a person. Like, that's just the ultimate. You're literally putting your body on the line. We have 8 or 9 viewers in here right now. Thank you guys so much for being in here. Stay to the end. We've got a giveaway. I know you guys need to be posting on the live chat here. Your poll questions. The poll question is what motivates you to play football at the next level. And if you don't want to do that poll question and you have a way to send your Huddle highlights, there will be a time in here where we will view a couple of people's Huddle highlights. I'll figure out how to kind of get on there. Okay, so where was I? I was talking about informing your coaches, and this kind of goes into Huddle. Now, I did not have Huddle when I played football at any level. When I was well past my days in playing in college, Huddle was just now being started. And the way that when I was being recruited was we made football highlights. Like, you made a highlight tape. If you were old enough to be recruited and you had to send a VHS tape, like, that's pretty old school, and your coaches had to make that for you. DVDs, that's what a lot of people made DVDs. just to, put that out there. But the great thing about Huddle is it's cloud-based. Like if your coaches share things, like what I try to do and what I'm going to try to do a better job this year is going through and tagging my kids' highlights. If they make they make an awesome play, like I'm going to try to tag that highlight and try to put all that together. But the honest truth is, and what I've heard from college coaches themselves is they hate when they get DVDs. Like there would be like in the coaches' meeting rooms, like they would actually, if they were, I was a defensive lineman and D-line coach, he'd be in there, like on the back of his desk, there'd be a stack of DVDs this high. And that was just all from people sending in their stuff. And to be honest, like college coaches do not have the time of day to sit around and watch those things. And if they do, and they find a player out of there, if they want to recruit, maybe they will. But the honest thing is I've seen being a coach, like there are college coaches that come to our schools and they say, do you have any kids that, might could play for us? And we'd just be like, maybe, I don't know. We've had a Division I, an FCS school. That's the biggest school I've ever talked to. I've never talked to a Division I school, but I've talked to guys from, it used to be Division I AA. It's now the FCS schools. Talked to a couple coaches there. Know several D2 coaches. Talked with several. I've met several at those conferences I go to. It's just kind of a way. And coaches just want to know, like, do you have anybody that we'd want to recruit? And sometimes we're like, yes. And sometimes we're like, well, and we've actually had a few college coaches come and talk to us about certain players because they've had interest in a certain school. And, and the honest truth is, like, as coaches, we're going to tell the honest truth because we're not going to lie about, a player that they want to recruit. And the honest truth is, like, those coaches have their job on the line and they want to recruit the right players. So don't create highlights and videotapes and DVDs. Don't send those out. Like, college coaches want to see full-length games. And if you're looking to try to be recruited, try to find your best game. Try to find your best game and send that out. That is the ultimate, like, what college coaches want to see. They want to see you play an entire game. They want to see you start the game, and they want to see how you end the game. And what this kind of leads into is my last point, is you've got to have great work ethic. Like, you have to be able to work hard in everything you do in the sport of football. If it shows on film that you go great for a couple plays, then you take a couple plays off and get blocked, or, you don't run your assignment right, or it looks sloppy, film does not lie. Like, coaches will see that. Like, I can see it every week when I break down film. Like, I can say, like, that guy's not going to college. That guy's not going to college. That guy's lazy. I'm going to pick on him and run a stunt on him and try to expose the offense. Like, that is the honest truth. Like, you have to go hard every play if you want to go to the next level. And that is, and not just performing on the field. It takes practice because coaches see it. Like, if you're lazy in practice or something, or you miss a bunch of practices, like, your coaches are going to rat you out. That's the honest truth. And I would do the same. Like, it's just the honest truth. Like, and you may think I'm wrong, but this is what the ultimate reality of college recruiting is all about. Coaches are going to be with coaches, and the college coaches will recruit. They're never going to go around. And if they do, I would have a problem with that, because the college coaches are going to talk to the high school coaches first. And that's just kind of how it is. Like, I mean, and I would always see, like, on our head coach's desk, like, there'd be, like, letters from, like, D2 colleges that saying, like, that have the kid's name on it. And I don't know, I don't know if our players ever got those, but those were, like, colleges are always sending out information. They want to know more about this kid. They want to know if he's a good athlete. They want to know if he has great work ethic. Like, they can see all that if they go and watch a game. And I've actually, when I was actually playing in high school, I didn't know this until someone had told me that a school was there watching my game, and I had no idea. And, I didn't actually get a scholarship from that school. They were told me to walk on. I had high interest in the school and going there and playing football. but it didn't work out because it cost way too much to go to that school. It was a private school. It was way too much. So that's one thing you have to think about in college is like the affordability of going to that school because, and the honest truth is more people can go play. And I can just tell y'all, Division III, if you can find a Division III school, with my personal experience about Division III schools is they're mostly private schools and you're going to have to pay a lot of money to go there unless you can go there on academics and play football on the side. D3 schools do not, they have a rule that they cannot offer scholarships. So technically you could go and play at that school and, you know, and you wouldn't get a scholarship, but you'd be there for the academic side, I would hope. Division II, they offer kind of partial scholarships. Very rarely do they offer any big time scholarships like where everything's paid for. Like that's just unrealistic. It does not happen. And in Division I colleges, they can only give out 25. I just know this in the SEC is they can only give out 25 scholarships a year, and that's it. There used to be a time when like and I know that Ole Miss is in trouble right now, but it's just funny to me. But I remember when Houston Nutt was the coach, and he's an Arkansas coach who grew up in Arkansas, but he used to be the Arkansas head coach. He moved to after he got fired at Arkansas, he went to Ole Miss and somehow recruited like 40-something kids in one season, and then they had to kind of rewrite the rules, and everybody was like recruiting all these guys. And it was like a crazy time. And so now they've had to limit how many scholarships they can offer. But D2 colleges can actually offer as many as they want because I've seen like D2 colleges, like they might offer like 25 guys scholarships and, you know, they'll post who they, you know, recruited and who they offered scholarships to. And there were some schools that had like 50. And I'm telling you, they would give like very tiny partial scholarships. Like, you're talking maybe just enough to cover your books or tuition, and that's it. And that's just the honest truth about it, is you're not going to receive like an entire scholarship. You're going to have something else to go along with it. You're going to have to work hard at academics to be able to get that scholarship to the next level. And so that's kind of where I'm going to kind of wrap up and take a deep breath here and just kind of read some of your guys' comments.
There's something big going down. There's like 2 fire trucks and 2 police cars.
Where at?
Down the street.
I thought I heard something.
Yeah.
Huh.
I don't know if it's a big deal, so just, you know. I can't see smoke, but I don't know.
Well, you can let me know if anything goes weird.
I will.
All right, so let's read some of your guys' questions here. Let's see if I can pop this out here. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Let's see, right here would be good. All right. Okay, so make sure you guys answer the poll question. What motivates you to play football at the next level? You only the guys that answer the poll question will be entered in for the giveaway. The alternative poll question you can do is you can send me your Huddle highlights, and I will. You can either Instagram me or direct message me on there, and I will give you the we'll have a little Huddle session here in a little bit. Okay, so I already told you, you can send friends Huddle if you don't have, you know, your own Huddle. TAF3K, he says Victor Cruz motivates me to play at the next level because he is from the same hometown. That's great. You know, if you've known players that have been from your hometown that ended up, you know, going to the next level or even the level beyond that, that's great. That is a good motivator to have. Michael Kim, what is today's giveaway? You guys will find out here in a little bit, but there's going to be a bag of goodies. That's just all I'm going to say for now. Okay. What college did you play at? I'm not going to tell y'all. All I can tell you is a Division II school. How did you get to go to the Nike Spark? Did you have to pay to get? I actually had to pay to go to this one. I just wanted to go to it. Me and a friend both signed up, and we went together and we ran the 40-yard dash. We, you know, did at the time you could either do 225 as on bench many times as you could, or we did 185 because we knew we could get it a lot quicker. I wasn't quite getting 225 multiple reps at that time. And I think I did 185 20 times at that time, which was definitely like good record for me. I did have, like I said, I did have to sign up for it. Got a t-shirt out of it, and got my Spark number, which you see guys now that go to those Spark camps and have like a number of like 120, and mine was nowhere near it. And I don't even know how they calculated all that stuff, but it was all based on your agility times. And it was like, I don't know, it was just something silly Nike had. But I did go to the Nike Spark Combine. And actually, there was a guy I met there that ended up playing at the same college that I did. So, and he actually ran the fastest 40-yard dash that day of like a 4.3, which was pretty blazing. I think he won the MVP of that combine. So, if I remember right. Answer NC. I'm going to camp Monday through Thursday. That's great. I'm glad you're going. Like I said, getting your name out there, going to camps. I do have like a camp poster down here in my desk. I could kind of pull that out and show y'all kind of what they offer. And they offer camps. I mean, they offer camps to like the youngest kids all the way to junior high and team camps. Like there's a lot of good stuff. You said Wingate University. Okay. Let's see. Kevin Da Silva, Ryan Switzer motivates me to play football because of his size and speed at the D1 level. I'm not sure who Ryan Switzer is, to be honest. Let me just do a quick Google search because I'm going to be honest with y'all. I do not keep up with college football that much. The most I've been caught up with college football is the last few days and the whole Old Miss thing going on. Ryan Switzer for the Dallas Cowboys. Okay. Didn't know that. Where's he from? Out of played at North Carolina. Okay. Didn't know that. I coach high school. I used to coach youth, but now I'm more of a helping out kind of the youth program because I've had some pretty good seasons at the youth level. Yeah, I just coach high school now. Toby says, where are we giving away? You'll see at the end, I got a bag full of goodies. You'll get. What motivates me is to have my family proud and have them living luxurious. That's sometimes a lot of goals that guys want to have is, you know, they want to get to the next level, but to be able to help pay for making your family proud, you know, going to the next level is a definite thing to be excited for. Zuma 242 motivates me to play at the next level is so I can be one of the kids in my town to play at the next level. That's a very good goal. Like from my hometown right now, we've got at least we got 3 kids playing at the next level. You can, Michael Kim, you can send a DM of highlights. Yes, I will take your highlights and we will go through them here. I've already got one pulled up. Get that going here in just a minute. Toby says, make my family happy and to get to play pro. That's a pretty steep goal to be able to play at the pro level. There are multiple pro levels, so don't necessarily get stuck on just doing the NFL. That's a very, very, very rare thing that happens. I've played against a couple guys that went to the NFL. Stephen Brewer, poll question, let's see, what motivates me is to, when people tell me you will be nothing, I'll live and show them in football. I can actually remember somebody in college that I was a teammate with, which this guy was like nothing at the time. Like, honestly, like I didn't much care for him, but he was kind of a jerk. He was a linebacker, and we were kind of in the same groups. We were always on the freshman team. He was just like, yeah, he's like, you're too small to play D-line or whatever. And I was like, no, I'm not. Like, I'm bigger than you. And he's like, they're going to trim you down so you'd be a linebacker. I was like, I'm not going to be a linebacker. I will be a defensive end. Like, that's just what I was. I wasn't too small. That was the thing. Fatal sniping. So football is my dream, and I'll keep pushing forward. That's a great goal to have. So, being able to continue football. Sir Dog, Odell Beckham motivates me because of his quotes. I haven't actually looked at any Odell Beckham quotes. I'm sure he's got some good ones, but I will say that I think Odell Beckham Jr. has ruined the game of football because everybody wants to catch like him. And I was a receivers coach for a year. I don't want my kids catching like Odell Beckham every time they go out and play. I want them catching with two hands, and I want them to secure the ball, and that's just what I want. Like, I don't want kids catching like Odell. Like, if you're going to do it after practice, go for it, but I'm not going to have it while I'm sitting there trying to throw you a good ball. Like, that's just kind of the argument that I have against Odell Beckham Jr. We've not reached our goal of 30 subscribers, or not 30 subscribers. We're well over that, but 30 viewers in here, so we could give away some football gloves. So keep sharing this video, and we can get. We're going to start with our first. I've got some highlights here from somebody on Instagram that we're going to take a look at, and let's see here. See how we can do this. I need to get on the web page of Instagram first. I'm sorry it's taking just a little bit. Here we go. Instagram. Alrighty. Let's see. In just a second, guys, and we will. Don't tell me this is gonna be annoying to me right now. Let's see here. What's this? Okay. All right. Oh, username. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm just having a little bit of trouble getting logged in here. Is it? What am I doing wrong? Is it under UA reviews? I'm just curious. Huh. What? I can't get on Instagram. Like, it won't let me, I don't know how to. Oh, wait. Never mind. I'm an idiot.
You got this.
I'm an idiot. Which one's my username?
Mr. Football Coach.
Okay.
MR.
I was okay. I feel really dumb because I was trying to sign up for Instagram and use my name, and I already have the name, so that's just my luck for tonight. All right. Let's see here. Where is direct messages? This is so foreign online.
I don't think you can see it.
Really?
Yeah.
No. How am I going to do this then?
What are you trying to do?
Somebody sent me their Huddle highlights. I'm trying to view them. Like,
Well, can't you just... Okay. I'll help you.
Okay.
Which person are you trying to look at?
Yeah, just do that one. Well, I guess you got the link there. Yeah. Can we just type
Can you
it
share
in?
your screen?
Share my screen.
So they can
Yeah.
watch the
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we can share screen.
Get me to the typing.
Okay. All right. We're about to be on here. We're going to watch this. Hey, Mocha. Come here, buddy. Come here, buddy. Oh.
Okay, there you go.
All right. So we're watching Michael Kim. You know he's been on here. We're watching a sophomore. Get out of my mouth, crazy. Okay.
Where's your chat?
It's popped. It's had I have the pop out chat. It's right here. Yeah. Okay. I think I got this.
Okay, you just have to type it in.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so I'm gonna get this pulled up here. We're watching Michael Kim's highlights. He was the first person that somebody else sent me some too, but we're gonna watch everybody that sends some, and we're gonna kind of review over these, and we'll kind of talk through any questions that y'all have talking about recruiting. Go ahead and feel free to answer what you've got. Any questions? Okay, so we're gonna do a screen share. Here we go. Oh boy. Okay. This is always crazy. Okay. So you should be viewing Michael Kim's highlights here. Let's just make sure. Let me get the little pop-out window that shows me how it's going. Yep. Okay. We're doing good. All right. So we're going to watch his sophomore varsity highlights, 2016, Michael Kim, number 31 cornerback and receiver. All right. Sophomore year GPA, 3.91. That's pretty good. It's always good to put your head coach's name in there, his email. He's got 4 games on here. All right. Playing corner right here. Okay. It's a good hawk tackle. Like that. That looks like a small field. There you go. Stopping the ball. I like that one. Let's see. I want to watch your technique right here, Michael. That's good positioning on the guy, I will say. You know, we're trying to look at your leverage here. Yeah, gets a good break. You know, it's a hard play because he beat you inside, but, you know, that's just why you never give up on the play. I guess you're playing the corner here. Let's see, they throw that little bubble screen up there. Way to keep going. We'll say that's a pretty good little pursuit tackle right there. Whenever one guy misses the tackle and another guy kind of gets blocked, 77 blocks number 71 on your team, and that was a pretty good, way to keep blocking. You know, you had other guys over here not wanting to be in play, not calling that guy out, but I'm just saying, like, everybody's got to be rushing to the ball there. I'm going to rewind this one because I'm trying to watch it from the start. Just curious, like, do you start? I mean, I'm guessing these are high school varsity, so I guess you start on varsity. That's awesome. You said to let me know, I guess. Good play. Stopped him at the 1. All right. Love the disappointment from this blue team. Not a bad play. It's a good break on the ball. Good break on the ball there. Okay, you're playing inside leverage here. There you go. Good open field tackle. Good open field tackle there. It's a good read on that one. Team goes and pursues there. I'd like to have a few more guys pursuing that ball carrier. Just kind of judging off your highlights, I like the open field tackle. I can see you work hard, so that's great. I'm just curious, can y'all hear the sound on here? Because he's got music playing. It's a little better pursuit there. I like that from the team. I like the tackling technique. It's good. Flag on that play. All righty. Here we go. Waiting. Okay, good deal. Next play, let's see. Why stay with the guy? Yeah. Quarterback had to get rid of that ball. Let's see here. Yeah, it's a good heads-up play. Let's see here. There you are again. You know, what I will say, and probably a good coaching point to this, that ball squirted out. There you go. Is when teams are, teams are going to want to try to, I'll just kind of show you something, and something that I always see is, these guys line up, and you've got, let's see, he's on the 20-yard line, and you're standing on about the 29, 28. They're going to try to run, like most cases, and this isn't all the time, and I would always do what your coaches tell you, but just from experience is if this guy gives you, if he's, just based on your alignment here, they're more than likely going to throw the hook here right here, going to throw kind of like a stoplight, whatever, y'all call it. But, he's going to run this little hitch route right here and hitch it 5 yards, sink, it's a heads up play. We'll watch it one more time. So just, kind of based on your read steps, he gives you that, and you go make a play on the ball. Wow, they did the hook in they did the old what's it called? I can't remember. That's a heads up play by the rest of your team. There you go. We're getting near the end of his highlights here. Good coverage right there, making them not we've got a onside recovery here that he gets and makes the play. Good job. Looks like we got another play here. Guy breaking to the inside. Deep ball. All right. Good deal. All right. Well, that was exciting. Michael, thanks for your highlights. Good job. Good luck in your junior season. Look forward to seeing your highlights next year coming around. See how you do. Maybe add a few more games to that. Never poke the bear. Who is the bear? Oh, okay. This is a good hit. Okay, I'm gonna get off here. Okay, let's go back here and we quit sharing. Okay, I'm back. Okay. All right, we're gonna watch another person that sent me their highlights from Instagram. John he sent his highlights, and we're gonna type his highlights in just in a second here. We'll watch another viewer highlight here. Let's see. I'm confused. Where do I go? Here I am. Here we go. Okay. So we're going to do jail. Kale. I don't need to hear all that right now. Okay. Here we go. So we're going to watch. Make sure to tell him that we're watching his highlights because he messaged me before we got started on this thing. Okay. All right, so John's highlights here. We'll see if it pops up here. Come on. Might be having a little trouble since we're streaming here, but we're going to keep pressing on here. Let's try one more time here. See if it works. Well, his link isn't working just right. Oh, no. We want this guy to. Okay. We're going to come back to John's. We'll try and kind of do them at the end. I've got, we'll try here. See how this works. Let's see. See if this works. Yeah, it's just not wanting to go. It's weird. We'll try to come back and watch yours. Gosh, there's so many numbers to type in on this link. So many numbers. And what stinks is, like, I thought I could do it on Instagram, like on the web page, like on if you go to like the desktop version. I thought it would work, but it didn't. So that's okay. This is the first time I've ever done this. So maybe next time we'll have a better way to, do this. I'm only gonna do so many of these. At least if everybody is sent some, we'll try. There we go. All right, so we're going to be viewing Will Zuma, his highlights. Hang on just a second. Let's not start it just yet. Huddle. All right, we got 6 viewers in here. Make sure to share this. Well, I will go back through some of the live stream tips, the 5 tips to be recruited. I will go through that here once I kind of take a break. I'm going to have to take a break here at some point. I've been going for probably at least 55 minutes, so is the sound going good? I'm just kind of curious to know before we kind of start this, make sure everything's working okay. Okay. Yeah, it looks like everybody. Okay. Let's go on here and let's view his highlights here. All right, so we have Will Zuma. I'm guessing how you say your name. It's a 7-minute highlight here, so May have to cut through just a little bit of this. It's kind of a long one, but we'll just let it play here. So this is his 2015 highlights. Looks like he's playing running back here. I'm going to mute it just so I can be able to talk. Good breakaway play there. All right. Oh, man, y'all are running 3-back offense there. Oh, he's playing defense now. Hey. I'm just curious, is that like a scrimmage? No, that's a different team. Okay. Wow. Heck of a play. All right, here he is playing T again. I'm just curious, like what age group was this in 2015? Is this junior high? Looks like junior high. Yeah. I'd be like, that's Pee-wee. That's wild. Here he is again. Breaks away. It's a good play there. Okay, so it is junior high. Okay. So if that's 2015, hopefully you got some senior highlights eventually we can start watching. Yeah, these aren't varsity kids. Yeah, these are junior high kids. I can tell now. The pink out game. Breaking away. He scores for a touchdown. There you go. Exciting. Misdirection play. I would secure that ball. It'd be the first thing I would do because you were swinging that ball right there. Secure that ball. Yeah, keep that ball tight. Whenever you're trying to juke guys out, you need to keep that ball secure. Playing defense here. It's a stinking big junior high quarterback. Good play right there. Number 10 on their team. Dude's a pretty quick cat. But our guy Will gets him. Good job. High points the ball. Gets the interception. Gets taken down. Good play. Good play. Quarterback lobs it up there. Gets another interception. He's got his guys blocking for him. Getting down the sideline, makes a good play, steps out. That's awesome. Great job. Another high point ball. Makes a good play. Knocks the ball out. Gets to the outside. You had a good line was really blocking there. Make you those yards. Hope you give those guys a lot of credit. You got receivers out there blocking for you too. It's a good luxury to have. Playing safety here. Takes the guy's wheel route and is able to come down with the ball. There you go. Nice. All right, where we at? Give the ball off here. And got guys blocking for him downfield, and then they make the play on him. There you go. Where is he? There he is. Good play. Alrighty. We're going to watch a few more of these, and I'm going to go to somebody else's. Thank you. Video's a little choppy. That's probably just the live stream. You know, I'm sitting here streaming, and I'm also streaming this video, so it's kind of quite a bit on the computer to do. I can kind of adjust it here. Give me just a second. Let's see. I can adjust it here. Let's try that. All right. We'll go back and watch just a little bit more of his tape. All right. Gets the toss. Oh, passes the ball. All right. I think that's a good one to end on. That was a great play. I like it. So let's hang on here. There we are. Okay. So I'm going to pose. Let's see. I'm going to get. Let's see. I'm going to work on the next one. Kevin sent me one of his friends. We're going to watch his friend's highlights here. I know I've at least got one more to watch. Let me know if the video, you know, starts kind of working better as we watch this one. I kind of cut the bandwidth down so that I'm kind of using, so we'll see if it helps out any. All right, let's see here. And did it work? Did it work? Did it work? Did it work? It's not wanting to, for some reason, like it doesn't want to play when you guys send it to me like this. Give me just a second. Yeah, it just doesn't want to do it. That's weird. Okay. I can view it on my phone, which, you know, I can view it here. I can view his highlights. Let me see if I can do one more. I did that one. Okay. I know we got 3 viewers in here. If you guys want, I want to show you guys a couple highlights of kids that I've coached, a couple good games we had. Message request. Okay, so I'm getting a few more now. I'm not sure how to use this link, but let's try this one. We'll try this one, and then we'll see. Let's see here. Let's try this one. Not sure why, you know, some of them weren't working. I don't know if I just like didn't enter it right. I don't know if I had the Just didn't have something right on it. Let me just see here. No? Okay. Still doesn't want to pull up Mitch's or the other one that I was sent, but we'll just we'll get the ones that work. I'm still going to give you guys credit for sending your highlights, even if I didn't get to view them. So do not stress. Like, I'm not going to worry about if you did not get to have your highlights featured. We'll try it back next time. I'll try to work on it a little bit and see if I can't get you guys in on here. Just, always send some highlights. All right. So we've got Luke here in the 9th grade. Here we go. So we're going to screen share, first screen. And we're going to go right here. We've already started here. So we've got some photos here. There he is in the tan team there. Dude's helmet came. Oh, his helmet came off. This must be at a team camp or a scrimmage. Let's see. Good play right there. Trying to see what position he's playing. See if I can make any recommendations here. So he's playing maybe outside linebacker. Hang on. Oh, we're at a big stadium here. Wow. This looks big. It's big to me. There he is, making a pass. Catching the pass there. All right, we're on defense now. Where is he? There he is. He's playing outside linebacker. Okay. Reads the run. Makes a good play. Good job. Yeah, this must be at a college or something. Good play on the ball there. Way to go up and meet him. Watching Luke's highlight now. All right. Didn't really watch that one. It was just good pursuit by the team there. Playing the outside linebacker's position, comes in, makes a good read, finds the ball carrier. All righty. There he is again. Gets to the outside. Pins the ball carrier down for a loss. Good job. There you go. It's number 28. Found the guy. He's probably coming on blitz there. There you go. I like it. I like the excitement of the team. That's good. That's always good. It's always excited to get excited for teammates making good plays. I would encourage that. Coming in and finishing off this quarterback right here and getting the sack. There you go. I like the excitement. Shedding a block right here. It's a good shed of the block. Way to fight with your hands there and get on that tackle. There you go. That team that you're playing, they're hitting it fast, and y'all are stopping it. That's good. Getting good pursuit there. Y'all tackle the ball carrier and still found the ball carrier. Y'all tackle the fullback, I guess. Or there you go. Cameraman was freaking out there. Good stuff there. Just a good stuff by the team. Block and make a touchdown saving tackle. There you go. Good play. There you go. Good play on there. Get the ball carrier down for a short gain. He's smoking on the blitz here and almost pops the ball out. There you go. You know, what I will say, you know, you've played, you know, I've kind of watched your highlights here. And what I'll say is, you know, I've kind of noticed you've had a pretty good game against this gold team that y'all are playing I'll kind of mention again. It was like a few plays ago, you're having plenty of good games. So, I mean, I would definitely send your highlights off. There he is going and scoring on offense. I would definitely playing receiver, I guess. You know, you've got several good games here that I would send if you're still in high school. I didn't see what year this was. 9th grade, really? That's 9th grade? Sorry, we're just looking at his profile. I'm sorry, but I'm just curious. Huh. Probably being weird. Anyway, we'll watch this a little bit more here, see if it picks up. It has the stats on here. Freshman will probably be playing varsity. That's good. So I'm guessing that's last year. Okay. So great job. Like I said, this team you were playing here, the one with the white top, gold, and the red helmet, definitely a good game there. It would be a good one to send out. I know if that's just 9th grade, I mean, dang, I mean, you've got, as long as you can keep playing at a high level, I would encourage send off your highlights. Never know. I mean, it's very rare that colleges go after, they don't necessarily give out scholarships to, I mean, they just don't recruit that young, but, you can go ahead and have your name out there. And as long as you're playing at a high aggressive level in Ohio there, I think that's a good thing to have. So, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for you. That's exciting. So I'm going to kind of stop here just for now. We're going to kind of go back here to the live stream. And I was just going to I've got 5 viewers, so thank you guys so much for, coming in. I'm not done yet. I'm going to kind of go through my live stream tips just one more time for maybe the people that just got in here. Maybe this will kind of help out some of you guys. All right, so make sure you answer the poll question. If you're new into this, the poll question is, what motivates you to play football at the next level? And the other poll question is you can send your Huddle highlights, and we'll view them. We viewed 3 highlights so far tonight, and all the ones that you guys sent, even if I wasn't able to view your highlights, I will still put you in the giveaway for our bag of goodies that you're getting. It's coming up on football season here, and we're excited here at Mr. Football to continue to post good content. I got a couple of new videos I was working on today that'll be coming out tomorrow and Monday, and hopefully all of this week I'll be able to post videos. So that's kind of my goal, because honestly, once I get into football season and coaching, I just don't think I'm going to be posting videos. I really don't, and there's probably going to be a good 4 months where I'm not going to be around. So I'm going to try to get as many videos as I can made, and then try to get them all uploaded at some point, and then just kind of share them just whenever I have the chance to upload them. So maybe you guys won't completely miss me over the time I'm in football, and you can still have some things. Maybe I can do some live events, stuff like that, just to kind of keep you guys informed. But I really don't see myself posting full time. It probably won't be till the football season ends, because we're about to get back into it. I'd say I got about 2 weeks. So 5 tips to be recruited. So we're going to kind of go through these tips one more time on here. If you missed them the first time, I kind of elaborate quite a bit on a lot of these, but We've got our 5 tips to be recruited. Once again, my first tip, and these are in no order, like I said before. They're just kind of in the way that I kind of thought in my mind what a college player needed going to the next level to be recruited in college. So here we go. My first tip is to take the ACT or SAT test. It is a standardized test that is a college. It's a college entrance exam that high school players take, and it is a. It's one of those things that you've got to score. If you score high on it, you can receive money from colleges. There can be private foundations that can give you scholarships. As far as athletics go, athletics plays right into making the grades. You've got to be able to make the grades. You've got to have outstanding grades all throughout high school, basically from your 9th grade year all the way till the very last class you take as a senior in 12th grade. That is kind of the, you've got to keep your grades. Like every grade, every class matters to some extent because you all get grades for them. Like once 9th grade year begins, like that's what starts your GPA. You've got to have the GPA to play at the next level. So get the grades and take the ACT, SAT test, depending on what your school looks for. My second point is find colleges and schools, depending on what kind of college it is, but find a school that you want to go to. Don't just pick a, don't just look at a school just because it's in your home state, it's your favorite college team or whatever. It's got to be realistic. You've got to start small, honestly. Like you can't just go and say, I want to play for Alabama or I want to play for Florida. Like you've got to have a realistic goal to start out. And then those bigger goals can start to happen once you kind of get your name out there. But go to the school because of the academic side. Find out what that school offers academically, something that you would be interested in because football will not last forever. Football in the NFL is commonly acronym not for long, and it goes the same way in college. So it's not forever. It is not going to ultimately pay the bills that you'll one day have to have in order to be able to survive. You've got to be, unless you really do make it to the next level, then that's the part. But for most people that I've met here on YouTube, like, yeah, you might be playing like Division III, Division II football. It's very rare to guys go and play at the next level, like Division I, what we all think of college football as. And don't get me wrong, I played at a Division II school as well, and there's nothing wrong with it. Like it's still college football. Like I said, don't go there just for football. Find something that you want to study. I wanted to study to be a teacher and a coach, and that's what I did. And I went to one of the best colleges that was in my state for that, and I went there for it. And ultimately got the degree, and now have a great job and support a family for that. So that's what I do. Something moved. I think it's those shoulder pads over there. Those are some new shoulder pads I got in, by the way. So those will. There they go. Oh man, that's good. Yeah, those shoulder pads fell. Let's see. I'm going to keep going here. My third point is put your name out there, get your name noticed. And that kind of starts with the Huddle highlights. Huddle's great because, anybody can search you on Huddle. We can talk through, you got to put your name out there. But one thing that I forgot to kind of mention was, some of the camps. I said in the first part of this video is go to camps and go to the college camps that you want to go to. And if you're like, I know Luke's wanting to go, his dream is to go to the Ohio State University, but you can go to Ohio State's football camp. And actually one of my cousins, I guess his senior year, before his senior year, he went to Arkansas, and he went to their little camp and got to, it was like an overnight camp, and he loved it. Like, it was awesome. I wish I would have done it. Like, that would have been awesome to be able to like play on the field, and that's what you'd get to do. You'd be in all their facilities. You'd get to stay on campus, and it's just like a very neat experience. And we had kids this year at the previous school that I coached at. We brought about 7 kids down to a local college, and they got to stay down there and compete. And they actually got to learn that school's offense, which was I did not realize they did that, but they actually taught them their offense, which was like the spread gun option, and they were running that, and it was exciting to see. And it kind of gave them a real taste of like what other football's like out there. And I think it was a very good experience for them. So I'd highly recommend going to camps and putting your name out there, talking to coaches, because that's just, in all honesty, football is just like who you know. Like, if you know coaches, like, you can go to the next level. Like, if you meet them and you talk to them and you're real with them and you just, be who you are, don't try to be something that you're not. Like, don't try to be something that you think that they want, because it probably won't be the case. Excuse me. So I get football coaches, we get a lot of mail from colleges, and we would always get stuff from Auburn. We got stuff from Tulsa, Arkansas, just because that's just local or for us, like as far as big colleges. And they would send us this. They'd send us their camp schedule. And in here, they listed all their camps on here. So they and all these are past, so you can't. These were all in June, but you have to go to their. They have things you can go to. Just go look on the school's website. Go to their athletic page. They've got those camp forms you can fill out online. There's usually I don't really know the fee, but this is pretty awesome. And they just sent us this big poster. Arkansas always sends the biggest poster, but I feel like, but yeah, they just sent us a huge poster. Very neat. Anyway, there's a question I saw in here that I wanted to answer. I'll get back to the question about shoulder pads in just a second. So give me just a second. I see a real easy one I can answer. Mowdy, I guess that's how you say your name. He says, I can't afford to go to football camps. What do you suggest for me then? I would suggest talking to people in your community and trying to raise money. There was a kid that I coached last year that kind of was in your same situation, and his church was actually able to fund him to go to a camp and get noticed because we feel like he could go play at the next level. So that was that's kind of what I would do, is just kind of talk to people and see if you can raise a little bit of money to pay for it. And that's just kind of what you have to do from there. So that's what I would recommend doing, is trying to raise money. Asking people within your community if they'd kind of sponsor you, and just, tell them who you are, and just be very polite and say, I have dreams of playing at the next level. And if you I will say, go talk to older people, because they're more likely to just give their money out. I don't know why they don't have, I don't know. It's just funny. I'm going to get back. I'm going to finish these questions, and I'm going to answer some of your questions, and then we'll kind of start wrapping up near the end here. Okay, where was I? Huddle. Huddle's great. I mean, I love Huddle. I'm on it at least once a week. I'm on it every day in the football season. But one thing that I kind of talked about this was talk to your football coaches. Talk to the guys. Talk to the coaches that coach you and tell them your interest in playing college football, because I've had many cases where guys have come up at the end of the season after they were seniors and said, Coach, we want to play college ball. Oh, we can't do a whole lot for you because that time has passed. Like, we can't really help you. I mean, you can walk on, but the time for us to push out, like what happens is after the football season ends, once your last game ends and you're a senior, like, the recruiting process still begins. Like, you can still get noticed and get a scholarship up until like January, early February is when they have signing day. and really there aren't any scholarships after that. So signing day is the big one, but you can still, like, and most places will allow you to walk on as long as you enroll in the school. So that's kind of the thing. But, and I know we watched a lot of your guys' highlight tapes, I guess we would say, your films, and that's great. Don't just piece together little clips of just like, hey, one play here, I had a big tackle or I had an interception on this play. Like, I like how you guys were posting like several like games together. Like that's what coaches want to see. Like, I know they're all highlights, but honestly, what I'm going to do, like if a kid wants to be recruited, is I'm just going to send, hey, this was his best game, and I'm just going to send that whole clip, because college coaches, they want full-length games. They want to see how you perform from the start in the first quarter all the way to the very last play. They want to see you on the field. They want to see how you act. They're going to go to your coaches, and they're going to ask about your personality. They're going to ask about your work ethic. And that kind of leads into my last one, is you've got to have a great work ethic on the football field. Don't miss practice. Don't make your coaches mad. Don't be in trouble in school. Don't do all these things that could negatively affect your recruitment going to a school. And work ethic on the field, the film does not lie. If a coach gets a film and you're, dragging butt in the fourth quarter and, taking off plays, yeah, you're not going to get recruited. That's just the bottom line. There was a question about the shoulder pads, and I hope he's still in here to hear this, but I've got 9 viewers. Thank you, guys. That's the most we've had so far. Let's keep going. We're going to be wrapping up here. Make sure you answer the poll question. Poll question is, what motivates you to play football at the next level? And that's kind of where we're going tonight with the so make sure you answer that question. What motivates you to play football at the next level? So here we go. What was I doing? I forgot. Shoulder pad question. Yes. So he said, I know this is off topic, but I need help buying shoulder pads. I'm going to have a video coming out on the shoulder pads, just kind of talking about how you need to go about that. It's going to probably, honestly, I don't think it's in the works for that video to come out, but I will go ahead and tell you what I would recommend. Find the brand of shoulder pads that you want. Find what's going to suit you best. Find the shoulder pads for your position. And that honestly, that could be a video. We need to really talk about this on this channel. We need to talk about shoulder pads. Anyway, you need to get measurements of your shoulders. You need to basically get a measurement from joint to joint right here. And you need an overall measurement from here, basically to where you can feel like edge of your humerus, like right here at your shoulder. You need to be able to measure that all the way across. And let me just show you an example of the shoulder pads right here. These are junior high level pads. These are extra large shut mid-flex 3.0s. These I just got I ordered these off eBay, and they're a great set. I'm like, I got a really good deal on these guys, like dirt cheap, crazy. But anyway, the size of these can be determined right here. Well, right here. These are extra large pads, and that is the shoulder. That is the, I guess we'd say, I'm trying to think of the math term that you'd use, the diameter, I guess you'd say, as measuring across. So I couldn't tell you like my size, but what I would recommend is getting the measurements, because you want these to get properly fitted. And so the shoulder pads ultimately have to be able to fit you all the way across here. And the measurement that you take from here to here has to kind of match up with the size that you get in those shoulder pads. So take it as, go on Riddell's website, go on Shutt's website, go whatever shoulder pad brand you want to go after. Honestly, I can tell you, I think, okay, if we're talking shoulder pad brands, and I haven't really got to rant about shoulder pad brands, but I love Riddell shoulder pads. Like, they're great. I think they're a little overpriced, but, well, let me continue. Douglas. I love Douglas's pads. Like, I've got a pair of Douglas pads over here. These are custom. These are custom Douglas snapper pads. And I love Douglas's pads. These are like for center. They're just I mean, I could probably, but see, the thing is like, these fit, I don't know if these fit me or not. I think they're a hair short of not fitting me. I think I could go with like an extra large and it'll be fine. But these, like these pads normally cost about $300 or $400 just because they're custom. And they have like I'm just going off here on a rant about shoulder pads, but Douglas's pads I think are the best. And at the previous school I had, we had a lot of Douglas pads. We actually got them from the Green Bay Packers. And that was pretty cool. We had green yellow shoulder pads just like this. These are Green Bay Packer edition. I mean, they're like pretty awesome. I mean, they've got they're gold, you got gray, or excuse me, green trim on the outside. But Douglas is definitely the top brand. I think Riddell is right behind them. I think Riddell has some of the best shoulder pads. I love Riddell's youth shoulder pads. I love their varsity shoulder pads. And that's what I'm really dealing with right now is all Riddell stuff. So Shutt is more of an affordable brand. They have varsity shoulder pads as low as like $150. So it's more affordable in a lot of ways. As far as youth goes, like I like youth Shutt shoulder pads. Like I've got 2 sets of these mid-flex. I've got the 2.0s and now I've got the 3s. And just this year or last year, they came out with the 4.0s, but I personally love the 3.0 myself. I like the design of them, the padding. I really like the padding on them. They really complement the pads. There's a lot of options for shoulder pads, and I really have not ever shown you guys how many shoulder pads I own because I essentially have enough to like. We're gonna have to do it before the end of the summer. It'd be a good video. It'd be more. Everybody'd probably just jaw drop, it'd be fun. So hopefully I answer your question about the shoulder pads as far as picking them. Those are kind of my 3 top brands. I know Zenith is out there as well, but that's just kind of what we go for. Okay, so I'm going to start pulling names for the giveaway here. And the giveaway will include a battle mouth guard. As far as this is the bag that you will receive. Got a Nike Jawstring football bag that you'll receive. This will be my gift to you. So that'll be what you'll get a little bag and it'll come in a box. That'll be that'll be the giveaway we do. So it's going to take me just a little bit to do all this. So I'm not going to sit here and just let y'all view my face. So I'll come back here in just a minute while I kind of work and get all this. Let's see what I can do here. Okay. I saw another question. I'll come back here in just a minute and answer your question on the pads. He had a good question on the Riddell Combine, and I'm more like, I think this is going on real good, guys. So, I mean, I'll stay on here and talk a little bit after this is kind of over. I'm not, I ain't got really a whole lot to do, so we can we can definitely talk about any shoulder pads y'all want to talk about. I know we were talking about recruiting, but you know, things change. Let's see if this will work. Okay. I will go back, like I said, and answer some of your guys' questions on all this because you guys left some good questions. Okay. So we're about to go ahead and we're going to, oh, I didn't tell y'all, I didn't show y'all the what was it? Oh, we were going to watch some footage of a couple, just a game here. I'm going to get that out here in just a second. Let's see. We need offensive plays. And I want to look for touchdowns. Let's see. There we go. All right. Let's see here. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and draw for the giveaway. Got everybody's name in here. Let's see. We're going to go to our random number. Here we go. We just ask Google, like, we want a random number. And we're going to say our number. Let's do this.
Go to random.org.
I did.
Oh.
Okay. Sorry about that. We're going to choose our random number, and our random numbers are going 1 through 20 tonight. And the number we've picked
Suspense.
is the suspense is real. Random number we've picked.
You didn't pick it.
Here it is. It's 19. We're going to 19 right here. And Mowdy Stoltz, you are our winner.
Woohoo.
So you need to get in touch with me on Instagram. And so I can get your information from Instagram. Follow me on Instagram and send me a direct message. Mr. Football Coach is where you're going to find me on Instagram. And so you receive this Nike drawstring bag. It'll come in a box. You'll get a couple other good little goodies in there. And thank you for participating. Thank you for everybody for participating in here. Thank you. So Mowdy Stoltz, he was talking about the camps for earlier, and that's kind of where we got talking off on that. I'm still going to kind of be talking on here, so I'm going to show you guys a couple highlights of a couple kids that I've coached and just kind of do some things here. So let me get this set up. Make sure. We had a really good season one year, and well, this game. All right, so here we go. Let me start this back from the start. All right, so we're gonna watch this. Let me get this pulled up here. All righty. Okay, here we go. Now doing the Google share here. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. All right, so got a couple highlights here. This is a pass play. This was coaching 2 years ago. We give a fade ball right here and get in the end zone. We score really a heck of a play right here. This was probably one of the best kids I've been able to coach as a receivers coach. Here we go. There was me right there. I was right here. Saw this play open up. There we go. This is a good play right there. We scored over 50 points in this game. It was the most points we'd ever scored. Here's that fade play again. The same kid just makes a great play. Quarterback puts it up there, and I mean, it was just we had a heck of a game. And the same kid right here makes another spectacular play. And just check out this block. This was a fun play to put in. Just an alley screen right here. We get big block right here. And everybody's just like, our linemen don't even know who to block because they just were expecting to block somebody. And this was this was probably the funnest game I got to coach in. Another kid right here. Really making we had some good athletes on this team. And what was crazy is we only won 2 games that year. We only had about 17 or 18 kids. We really played hard, and that was just kind of the thing. Another good player right here. This kind of, I want to say this one won us the game. Didn't finish the highlight there, but yeah. So that was just some different highlights there. What in the world? I was looking at Brian Switzer earlier. Okay. Anyway. So I'm back on here. We're going to pull up maybe something else. We'll see here. If y'all have any questions. Okay. Mounty, I just got your request, and I'll get back with you after I get off here. Thank you for everybody on here. So another question about the Riddell Combine lineman pads. I've not actually. I don't know if I really have to think if we've got Combine pads at the school I'm at right now. But I would say they're combat lineman pads from Riddell. They're an affordable brand. They're pretty affordable. We'll look them up here. We will look them up here. There's 2 versions, I know. There's like the lineman shoulder pad. Yeah, okay, so the Riddell Combat LN. I've seen these cheaper. I know I have. I would look on Sports Illustrated. Sports Unlimited. I'll try to look on there. Let me do a screen share right here. So right here, they've got a lot of sizes in this, but as far as the sizing, what you do right here is just kind of look at their sizing chart, and like it says, you got to get 2 measurements. Just stretch a measuring tape just from the out parts of your shoulder, and then you also kind of need one kind of around the upper torso as well. So that first measurement is your shoulder size. So measuring your shoulder, that's what you're. Let's see. Said someone is selling them used for $125. That's not bad. I mean, as long as you're getting them in the right size, I would just try to make sure you're getting the right size with that. You know, make sure use this sizing chart and try to make sure you're getting the right size. So, incoming junior in high school going to play varsity. That's great. I guess you're finding them on eBay, or I don't know where else you'd find them. But yeah, that's the combine shoulder pads. That's a pretty good one. That'd be one I would recommend. So that's a good one. Famous Dex. Can you subscribe to my channel? Maybe, if you put out good content. You a fellow YouTuber on here? You have to get in touch with me again. Follow me. Go comment on one of my videos, and I'll try to look you up. Kevin De Silva talked about the Carbon Tech pads. Carbon Tech pads, I've not had any really experience with them. I've seen them in person, and I think they're really neat, but I just don't, you know, I think the price on them just way too crazy. If you could recommend any other pads, which would they be? Oh, you said you're a junior in high school going to play varsity. I have heard of the X-Tex pads. I've not had a lot of experience with them. I've only had experience with Douglas, Shutt, and Riddell pads. So I don't have any experience with the X-Tech pads, I want to say. Yeah, I don't think I've had any. Hey, Mocha. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. There's you on camera. Hey, look. Look. Hey, look. Hey, look. Mocha. Hey. Do you see yourself? Do you see a puppy? This is my dog Mocha. You guys probably remember her a few weeks ago. She had a broken arm, and she savagely gnawed off her cast. and she's just a funny puppy. She's a Jack Russell Terrier, and she's just the cutest dog. And she's very lovely tonight. She just wants to come hang out with me. She's missed me. Your team has, okay, I'm just curious who Juan is. Your team has all this gear, and most likely they suck. That's funny. I don't know what you're talking about. So, like, what's it matter, honestly? And he also said my team will be your team. So what? Like, doesn't matter. We're not going to play each other. Not sure who you are, and I don't. So, I mean, it doesn't matter about the gear. Like, I mean, I'll have well-coached kids. I mean, if you're just a kid on here, like, you just need to get off here. It's not going to matter, because wherever you are, we're not going to be playing each other. Sorry, bud. Like I said, I've not heard of the X-Tech pads. X-Tech pads, not heard of them. Like, trying to go back and answering his question on the shoulder pads, I'm not. I would just say I would suggest from Riddell. The other pads I would suggest. Let me just kind of go on here, and I'm gonna have to get the name of them. The Riddell Power SPKs. The SPK Plus now is kind of their newest version, or either the Riddell Power the Riddell Power SPX pads, which, you know, are probably gonna be a little bit higher on your price range. They're just at $300. I have seen them on eBay, a little cheaper, but a lot of our kids have these pads. A lot of our skill, like, we've basically outfitted our entire team. Let me just show you. Maybe after the season's over, we'll review these pads. And they've got them in several different styles. Like, this is the offensive line, defensive line one. They've got quarterback, receiver, running back, defensive back, and they've got linebacker, fullback. So These were the Riddle Power SPK Plus. These are a little bit more costly, I guess we would say. I like these. I've got a lot of the JPK Plus, not the JPK Plus, but the past version, and I really like this. I really like this setup. It's a little bit higher in cost. That's just kind of the nature of how it is. Buying shoulder pads, they're kind of expensive. I mean, you don't need the most. Honestly, you don't need the most expensive thing for shoulder pads. You need to get something that fits you comfortably. You don't need the best shoulder pads out there. Like, it's one thing if you've got the best helmet, like you got the Speed Flex, whatever, like that's fine. But shoulder pads need to fit you properly, and that's the biggest thing that I see sometimes is like shoulder pads aren't fitted properly. So, what cleats would you suggest on right guard and nose guard? I would suggest the Nike Force Savage cleats. That's a new one that's come out. Be great for interior linemen. There's a few other versions that don't cost as much. All right, Mocha, see ya. She really wanted to get out of here. Let me look on here. I found sort of an affordable one that I was going to post about. Didn't really get to. And these are, I have to look on my phone just in a second here. They were Nike cleats, and these were the Nike Force Savage Shark. I'll just show it up here on the screen. I took a little screen there, but those were, and these were just $60. Pretty good little price there. Nike Force Savage, yeah, that's a pretty good. I mean, that's probably the most expensive lineman cleat out there, I would say. And there's several other Nike mid cleats. I would go for any kind of Nike mid cleat as far as that. If you want the high top protection, you might have to go to the Under Armour Highlight cleats. Those have been out for years, so you should be able to find at least something affordable. Thanks for your advice. No problem. I'm always here for advice. So I love talking equipment with you guys. So it's just something that I really enjoy talking to you guys about. So always feel free to answer or ask me any questions that you guys have on equipment, and I've got a pretty good answer usually. Kind of my brands. I don't go into, some of the other, stuff like some of the newer brands I'm just not familiar with. Like, I'm not really familiar with Zenith very well. I know a lot of people want me to review Zenith stuff. I'm just not very familiar with them. Most thing I'm familiar with is Riddell, Schutt, Douglas, some of the other common brands that are out there, but that's really what I base a lot of my stuff on. Diego says, what type of shorts do you recommend? What length, type, label? For me, and this is just my personal, just what I do. I like longer shorts that cover my knees. I wear a lot of basketball shorts. I wear basketball shorts when I play football, but personally, I like, if we're talking football here, we want shorts that are very thin. We want shorts that, aren't long down to our ankles or nothing, but, just at knee level, good stretch material on them. The length is usually a 9 or 10 inch inseam. Personally, I like a lot of Russell, a lot of their stuff. I like Russell Athletic. Wear a lot of Nike, some of their basketball shorts, which just go to about your knees. And I like those. Under Armour, I like a lot of Under Armour stuff. That's just kind of really all I wear is Nike, Under Armour shorts, and Russell Athletic. That's just what I've had. Favorite shorts, what length? Like I said, I like the longer length down. My favorite, don't really like shorts above the knee too much. I really don't. My favorite shorts of all time are probably my Russell Athletic ones. That's just what it is. So I think we've had a really good live stream. I want to go ahead and wrap it up. definitely thank you guys. This has been a very productive live stream. We will be live streaming next Saturday. So hope to see you guys then. And if you have any other questions, just feel free to comment either on Instagram, send me direct messages. You can send more Huddle highlights. I'll view them and everything. Send me I don't care if you go to any of my other videos and say, other things on there. All right. If you guys don't have anything else, I'm going to start to wrap up here within the next minute. So, and thank you, Diego, for your questions. Everybody's had some good questions on here. I really thought we'd have more questions dealing with like college, but you guys had, some of the stuff you wanted to talk about as far as some of you guys on here were talking about getting on the PS4 or whatever. Like, y'all are trying to get on there. I've got a PS4, but I'm not going to play with y'all. Sorry. I don't know. If I played y'all in Madden, like, you'd kill me. I'm just not good at football games. That's just the bottom line. I'm just not. I can play some Dynasty mode by myself or whatever it's called, and I'm all right at that. Sneak peek for you guys watching at the end. Here's a good pickup that I got, and it'll be featured on a video here in about a couple days. Right here, the Nike Hyper Strong 7-pad girdle. Pick that up in our what was it? Our top picks video. That was one of the things we got. So if that's just kind of one of the deals that I picked up. Thank you guys kind of for being on here tonight. This was a lot of fun talking recruiting with you guys. I do have a questions. Fly God 141 favorite visors. My favorite. I'll just go ahead and give you my top 3. I like Oakley. It's probably my first favorite. Once I did have an Oakley visor giveaway, and it was like, I wanted to give back to y'all, and I gave away a visor. It was awesome. Anyway, it'd be Oakley. I like Under Armour, and then I've really only had experiences with those 2. If I was to say kind of who's breaking the barrier, I like a lot of Shock's visor. I've just not got into buying any of their stuff yet. So if you guys have more questions, just feel free to send them at any time. We'll be on here next weekend, kind of at the same time. So thank you guys for being in here, and we will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.